good little Voidstar I had today. Voidstar's a funny warzone, I think. It's sometimes it's just damn near impossible, you know. And other times it's a walkover, other times it's a good mix. To be very corny, it's like that bloody Forrest Gump quote. It's like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get next. Oh, how corny. I know the first minute or so, I tried to be cautious. I tried to gauge to see what the players are like, you know, both on my side and the opposition. And it felt like at this stage to me that they were better than us, mainly because they were doing a very good job at pushing us back. Perhaps that's because of our team composition. That it looks like most of us are ranged, or who knows. I've only done literally just 2 or 3 warzones on Escarli today, but I felt much better at playing than the last time. Those were just plain awful warzones. Worth a try. Sometimes it's worth doing that because if you've got a good team, a good couple of healers, then sometimes they can, if they focus solely on you, they can help you survive. And there's a good clip of that on that unfinished journey vid of mine on their channel. I thought I'd go over just to test what this side was like. You can see him not really engaging, just kiting. So I've assumed that he's called incoming. I can see when another person has joined. I'm hoping at this stage there's a couple of other players who will join and perhaps just tip the balance, you know. There, you can see he's dead, and A Commando's joined. And you can see they've planted. It's one of those things, isn't it? It's sometimes you've got no idea whether something like what I did there helps at all. Personally, I like to think it did, but it's open to interpretation, I think. Yeah, I'm just trying to delay everybody here. Of course, when you're on the attack stage like this, delaying them rather than killing is much more advantageous to your team. Thought I'd try my luck again. There's a good scene coming up, which I was very surprised about, but I don't know, I just thought it was great. I just thought I'd walk over. I mean, it's one of these things that if you blatantly walk over like that, you normally draw a couple of people with you. But I didn't. Either that or I did, and the rest of the team did a good job of holding him back. It was good gameplay, but I'll never know which one it was. I think there was one person holding something off. Messed up a bit there, so I wasted my cooldown, so missed an opportunity of a second covered escape. So I'm just trying to buy my teammate a bit of time with a bit of CC. I think he just about gets it before he's interrupted. Again, still trying my CC. If you look to the right, you can see he's been engaged, but I hadn't realised at that point. I mean, when I got to this stage, I could see the door. I thought, well, where is he? You know. I just unfortunately he'd got spotted. I mean, if any snipers watch this, you'll. I mean, there's another sniper. Couldn't tell you what he's called in this on my team, and he does quite good damage. And I know for a fact my damage score in this could have been a lot better, but then again, I'm an objective warzone player, which means my damage is never going to be as great. And I think sometimes when I look on the official forums, and you know, you see these posts about snipers saying, "I'm not doing too well," you know, yes, it could be that they're just not experienced enough. Yes, it could be because they've only just dinged from low B, which is a big step. Or it could be that the fact they're similar to me, you know? The fact that their damage is never going to be as great as someone who focuses and has their enjoyment purely on killing and so forth. I think it's something which is a shame that, yes, there's medals and that, which show a bit of objectiveness, but there's no sure way, I think, to tell that kind of player from the people who just deal damage. This is a little scene I liked. Until I turned around like that, I hadn't realised there was a stealth teammate just sitting there. I think when he did eventually reveal himself, I thought, well, great, cheers bud, you know, there's me, half health. But, yeah, I know. Nice little scene, light. The next bit coming up is a bit, I think, I really should have done better. Now, I've noticed he's a sentinel, and unless it's someone like Stelios, that git, I'm normally okay with sentinels. When that shadow turned up, I think as soon as I saw that shadow, I should have turned around and said, look, I got two left. Yes, I still would have died, but you see, I haven't just called it there. So, a little mistake on my part. You can see someone else going, so my bad on that one. But there was a bit of luck in being able to get out before the door went. see I'm getting ready to do my plasma probe thingy. It's actually quite a nice change to have some teammates with me at this stage, because normally there's more enemies with me than my players. That was a bit annoying. I think that's a risk you do if you ever try that little thing. You do run the risk. I should have done entrench. But this is a good setup. You can see we've got the entire team over. It looks like there's only one person stuck in the door. So again, this isn't something which I focus on damage. Any damage I do is kind of a bit of a bonus. You can see what I'm doing with plasma probe. It means I've got 18 seconds I can try and help defend this one. It's one of these things when I do see engineering and saboteur snipers on the opposite team, I don't really see them doing this. I mean, I'm sure some do, but I don't know. I thought the healers we had in this team that ew, when that's healing me, that how the hell are you meant to pronounce that? Xavar, that dude. My pronunciation sucks. It's quite a simple little tactic really. Just plant the plasma probe and then bugger off. Orbital strike. You know, at this orbital strike, I think it's being nerfed. I suppose there's a possibility if they actually listen and they think people have got a point that they might not put that orbital strike nerf in. But let's face it, it's the chance that it will go through. And I think it's one of these things. People say it's not used as a damage spell, which is in one respect true, but there are situations where you do need some damage. So the damage aspect of the orbital strike I think is going to be missed. I think it's one of these things people won't realise that it's orbital strike damage, which is what they're missing. I mean, I play an engineering sniper. I have played marksman a bit. I know they've got more skill points, I think, than us engineering snipers for orbital. So sure, it's going to hit them a bit, but I don't really see marksman snipers using it in the way engineering snipers do. So I think it's a tough one to formulate into words, really. Exactly what the outcome is going to be for engineering snipers. yeah, that was a good war zone. I enjoyed it. Not just because we won, but because I thought the team worked well. You know, we had a very good healer, as you can see on their stats. You know, they had a good healer as well. Yeah, that was a good war zone. It was fun. See you again, dudes.